InkSoft now has the ability to enable surcharging. Our users now have the option to charge a surcharge on transactions that are paid by credit card. The purpose of this new capability is to enable merchants to increase revenue and pass on costs associated with credit card transactions. Surcharges are governed by state law and credit card brand rules, like those published by Visa and Mastercard, each of which are subject to change. We recommend checking with your local and state laws and/or reaching out to your legal and finance teams to understand any specific rules that may be applicable to you. Here's a quick overview of the new surcharging feature. To enable surcharging from InkSoft Core, scroll down to Payments, and then select the area for Preferences. Scroll down and you'll see a new area called Credit Card Surcharges. A couple of things to keep in mind. Surcharges only apply to credit card transactions. Fees will not apply when a customer pays by debit card or ACH. Mastercard requires that you notify them 30 days in advance of implementing surcharges. You can access the form from the link and submit it to Mastercard. If you previously submitted the registration form to Mastercard, you will not need to do it again. Once you've passed the Mastercard 30-day notification period, you can enable surcharging by toggling the button on. You'll be prompted to click through our confirmation that you're compliant with Mastercard's notification requirement. You will then be prompted to acknowledge that you've agreed to our customer surcharge addendum, which explains the rules and regulations for surcharge fees. There is a direct link to the addendum. Once you've read the addendum, you can check the box to enable surcharges. Once you've enabled surcharges, you'll see a current processing rate percentage. Please note that according to Visa, the maximum surcharge that can be applied to any transaction is 3% and cannot exceed your current percentage. Your maximum surcharge amount may be lower depending on your state. Enter a percentage amount and then make sure to scroll to the top of your page and save changes to complete the process. You can now determine if you want to apply surcharges to specific stores or individual proposals. To control surcharging for a store, from the Store section, select the store and select Store Admin from the top of the window. Then select the cog icon and Checkout Settings. You'll see a new option to disable credit card surcharges. Once you enable surcharges, the default is enabled for all of your stores. You can toggle the setting to disable to bypass surcharging for a specific store. This is the same method you will use to disable surcharges in proposals when you're sending out a proposal, quote, or invoice. Once surcharges are enabled in a store, the checkout experience will be updated to reflect surcharging. Once the customer has completed the Deliver section, they'll move on to the Payment section. In the Debit Credit Card section, there is a notification section that indicates the surcharge fees, including the rate and quote for the surcharge amount. Again, this will not apply to debit card transactions. There is also a surcharge disclosure that lets the customer know the specific details of surcharges. Once they select the credit card option and enter their credit card details, the final surcharge amount will be calculated. The final fees are not displayed until after the credit card is entered in order to verify that the customer is not using a debit card. If a debit card is used, no surcharge is applied or displayed. Once the credit card is entered and applied, the payment amount area will be updated with the surcharge amount and new payment total. The order summary area will also display the surcharge percentage and amount plus the payment total. The customer will be presented with an order total as well as a payment total that includes the surcharge. The customer can hover over a tooltip to see an explanation of when surcharges are applicable. Once the customer places the order, it will then show in the Order Manager. You'll see updates to the Payment Details section with the confirmation that the payment was successful, as well as the payment details including the total, surcharge amount, and total paid. This information is also displayed in the Order Total section. Surcharging is calculated based on the transaction value. If the order is amended and additional products are added, an additional surcharge would be applied if a credit card was used again. If you are using proposals as an invoicing tool to collect payment, you have the ability to enable or disable surcharges on individual proposals. This feature will be on by default, but you can easily toggle it off for a specific proposal. By default, surcharges will be enabled for each new proposal. Surcharging has become commonplace in the industry, and now InkSoft users have the ability to pass along credit card fees to their customers and increase their margins. If you have any questions, please reach out to the InkSoft Success Team.